Okay. What's good, homies? It is Thursday, day 4 of week 2 of 2026. We're on one today. So, if you cannot already tell. So, basically, catch you up from yesterday. I don't remember what I fucking told you guys, but I remember being pretty fucking down in the dumps. So, Floki solved that a little bit. Today we're fixing one of the 3 customer service issues we had with the business. The other 2 might take a little longer because our tractor is not ours, it's family owned, leased out to our business. So, and that won't be used. So I'm thinking about just turning the phones off, shutting down like 50% of our sales volume. And with that being said, I can kind of focus on my other 2 businesses. Now you hear 2, you're like, what the fuck's that other one? Basically, getting the lawn mowing landscaping business like up and running is probably going to take an L. So it's going to cause me to take an L somewhere, right? Like it's just, you can only get spread so thin. There's only so much I can do, like mental health wise, physique, health, like physical, aesthetic, personal training wise, somewhere there's going to be an offset. So I'm hoping I'm going to put Zach, so I got my sales reps just basically pumping out like volume increased on their end to where I'll probably just kind of go hands off on this business a little bit. On top of that, we're picking up some wood to at least last us through this kind of slower down time. But that's kind of just the game plan with the firewood company. Put it on the back burner, just have it producing its cash flow, so we can build the other business, which is going to be a headache in its own. But it's just like, instead of pushing the brakes on something that's just going to eventually like crap out, which is like the firewood business, slow it down, keep it running in the background, and then let's get this fucking lawn care landscaping business up and running is how at least I'm looking at it. And then to stay kind of busy, because a lot of the nuances is just kind of time and then processing. And then, like in the beginning of the business, I don't want to say there's not a lot to do, but you just kind of have to stay busy, if that makes sense. So I picked up a side project that's also going to be kind of my fun time project. I picked up 3 dirt bikes. So I'll definitely have to show you these bitches. They're full-size dirt bikes. And 2 of the 3 start, 1 doesn't start at all. We got a really good deal on them, but this was also like a good investment in terms of personal cash, not business cash. I'm separating, like obviously because I'm separating those, I'm kind of keeping this on the personal side of the sheets. Because right now, the business, is going to go into a slow season, isn't really producing like crazy, but I mean, because we are, as personal entities, have some extra cash, we might as well do a bike flip. So the initial investment is $700 on 3 bikes. We've already kind of valued, because we bought them in wholesale, the resale in their current conditions at about like $900 if we sell them individually. So we feel like we're already in like a positive spot. So there's like a couple ways we could go about this. One is like we strip all the bikes up to where basically all the stuff we need is off of is designated towards like 2 bikes, and then we have like one kind of crapper bike that we can sell for another, maybe 100, 200 for the parts, which we've valued, or we've analyzed and budgeted the expected cost of expenses are for parts to be about 300 at the tops, and maybe even squeeze it down to 150. Of course, that was with like the limited information that we knew at the time. Now there's obviously more problems presented. That's just how used equipment purchasing typically goes, at least in my experience. So we have a little bit of kind of like business planning to do on how we budget and finance this deal going forward. but really it's just going to be a labor intensive project, and that's kind of why we took it, is because we have the ability to take on some more labor at this current time. And you know, why the fuck not? It's dirt bike season. We do believe that at the end we could be looking at, you know, $2,500 in values. That basically will put it, basically the way this money machine would work is we put in about 1,000 and then get about 2,500 back. Best case scenario, you know, it takes us, all the parts come in this week, we do all the work this week, and they're out the door by like, say week 3, right? That's a perfect scenario hypothetical that we're gonna aim for. I think realistically this would be good February income. You know, also I'm pretty set on my February expenses, so it's more so like this might help when I need March expenses. So if we can knock it out in February and it kind of just help the cash flow while we're building the other business, that's kind of how I look at it. It's almost like like deferred profit, or like it's just an investment. I don't know why I'm trying to fucking overcomplicate it, but yeah, I mean that's super fucking exciting. It's gonna give our team some time on some small engine repair, some mechanical skills. Again, that's gonna be a hobby to work on. But yeah, I mean there's like already off the bat, like we realized like fuck, we didn't even like, this is how dumb we were. We didn't check for the keys on the other two. So like, I mean, like we gotta go fucking find keys. There was a fuel line that was zip tied together that is no longer zip tied. We gotta already fix a fuel line. These were problems we like didn't already account for, but we did bring the deal down. So we were initially ready to come in at $750. You know, we offered $700 and he took it right away, which, you know, also kind of says like he knows, you know, there'll probably be about $50 of unknown work on it too. Like, you know, just, or, you know, he just kind of wants to give us that cushion to do good business. So I'm not even, like I said, at the end of the day, if we sell these for $300 a pop in their current condition, you know, that's a $200 profit. But you know, we do want to get some experience on them. We don't need to sell them now the way he did. He also, just full disclosure, is like a motorcycle mechanic, and we basically were like, you know, taking his lower end stuff. You know, I mean, it really reminded me of like a stream. Yeah, we rear-ended his ass. It really did remind me of basically like a funnel down system to where like now we don't work for him, but we work through him, you know? So when he gets, if we could say, hey, we'll keep taking those at 200, 250 when you get your hands on them around similar conditions, and we'll keep flipping them, like potentially another business income stream. So, I mean, if that adds 1,000 a week or 1,000 a month in our income, and, you know, we establish a DBA or entity that basically does that for an income allotment, and then it takes up our weekends instead of being like, oh, this is work, like this is kind of what our hobby is. I mean, turn your hobby into money making, like make that the side hustle of the side hustle, and then it's like, you know, you don't need that job anymore. It's not job side hustle, it's hustle side hustle, and then, you know, you just keep bringing teams in and growing. So I don't think it's going to go that deep. Our focus is still going to be basically on growing the firewood business, but that's pretty much it. I'll get back to y'all. Talk to y'all later.